Hello everyone and welcome to the Wired TISS channel. So in this video I'm going to talk about the very important timeline that is related to the TISS admission and especially those programs which are accepting CAT this year. So as all of you must be knowing that this year TISS is accepting the CAT scores for three of its flagship programs. Number one, the HRM and LR program, number two, the ODCL program, and number three, the MHA program. So in this video, I'm going to talk about primarily these three programs and their eligibility criteria. Also, this has revealed the selection process and the CAT cutoff score. What could be the CAT cutoff score for these three courses? So do not forget to watch till the end to know everything about these examinations and the cutoff for the same. Let's dive in. So these are the important dates that you need to bookmark right away. Number one, the online application has already started since the 9th of November. Make sure you are filling in the application form for the TISS and its courses because just giving CAT does not guarantee that you are applying for TISS. You need to separately fill this application form. The last date for online form application or registration as of today is the 9th of December. It might get extended, but we are not sure. So make sure you complete your application by the 7th of December. The correction window is expected to open from 10th to 12th December. And the announcement of the shortlisted candidates is supposed to happen on the 10th of February 2025. The admission counseling sessions. So TISS admission committee has a few counseling session slots for all the applicants who have been applying. So these counseling sessions will be happening between 15 to 18 February 2025. Make sure you are attending these sessions and you do get yourself a slot because these are very, very helpful. It helps you get an insight and overview of the entire process. Then the online application form or something that is exclusive only to TISS, that is the detailed application form, will be open from 19th to 21st February 2025. But make sure you have a lot of drafts ready before the submission, and for each course there has to be a different detailed application form. The personal interview, group discussion or ERT is supposed to happen between 25th to 12th March, and the announcement of the merit list is going to happen somewhere around 4th April 2025. So I hope you are taking a screenshot of this entire timeline and you have it bookmarked already. Moving on to the very important part, which is the eligibility criteria. So a lot of people keep messaging us that मैम मैंने ये किया है तो मैं eligible हूँ कि नहीं, मैम मेरा वो नहीं हुआ है तो मैं eligible हूँ कि नहीं. So let's talk in detail with regards to these three courses which are accepting CAT scores this year. What exactly is the eligibility criteria? So number one, you need to complete your bachelor's or master's degree. So the bachelor's degree should be somewhere between 3 to 4 years or its equivalent from a university recognized by the UGC or University Grants Commission of India. Number two, you should have passed in all the subjects of the graduation program you're a part of from the first to fourth semester if you are in the final year and applying for TISS. And if you've already graduated, then from the first to the sixth semester, all the courses, all the subjects, your scores should be good. That is, if you have any backs or arrears, make sure you clear them as well. Number three, you need to submit your degree certificate and final mark or grade sheet as evidence. Now, for example, you're in the last year, so some universities take a lot of time. Graduation होने के बाद भी it takes a lot of time for them to send you the copy of your mark sheets. Well, the application says that your admission process is not complete by that point of time, and if the college does not receive your mark sheet on time or a provisional letter from the university, then they can cancel it anytime. So it remains provisional. So the provision that it places is that you have to submit the final mark sheet. Now, if the any information that you provide to the college through your application form or detailed application form, if that is found to be incorrect, then the college reserves the right to cancel your admission. And of course, the intake for this very esteemed program at TISS is just 60. So this was about HRM and LR. Let's move on to the very, very important course and a very in-demand course, which is Organization Development, Change and Leadership, which is a self-financed program or which is called the ODCL. So the first part of the criteria remains exactly the same that I discussed with regards to HRM and LR. However, there is a certain set of another criteria which gets added. So ODCL जो है वो freshers के लिए नहीं है applicable, वो सिर्फ WorkX वाले लोगों के लिए है. Now what counts as WorkX? Well, internships don't count as WorkX. So you need to get WorkX for any time that you have completed your graduation from that time till 1st May 2025. So for example, तुम अभी काम कर रहे हो but 1st May तक you will have completed 2 years of work experience. If you continue to work in that company, then that will be counted. So 24 months of full-time work experience after completing the graduation is mandatory for ODCL course. Now, what are the documents that you need to submit? An work experience certificate is definitely expected from you. The pay slips, the appointment letter and relieving letters from the organization will be required. So in case you're thinking कि मैं notice period नहीं serve करूँगी, and if your company holds back the relieving letters, it might be a problem in case of admission to TISS for this particular course. Now, the statements of current business accounts, the GST registration of the firm, and company registration certificates will be required if you are giving in the WorkX certificate from your family business management. Okay, so if you are managing your family business, then family business का ये GST statement of current accounts, जो current account का statement है वो, and your company registration certificate will be required at the time of submitting the application. So make sure you have these ready. Now, the institute reserves the right to access the suitability of the candidate's work experience. अगर institute को लगा कि ये work experience sufficient नहीं है, then they reserve the right to assess the suitability. Now, at any point, if this institute is convinced that तुमने कोई गलत information दिया है या false information दिया है, they can immediately cancel your admission. The intake for this prestigious course is, of course, only 35. So make sure you are providing authentic documentation to the institute so that you don't have to face any disappointment or embarrassment later. Moving on to the third program, which is a very trending program, especially for those who are coming from healthcare background. So there are like 3 eligibility criteria over here. So you should have successfully completed a 3-year bachelor's degree in any discipline. Or so basically, if you have this myth कि मैं hospital administration के लिए तब भी apply कर सकता हूँ if I'm coming from medical field, well, that's not the case. TISS has explicitly mentioned it in their application detail that you can be from any discipline to apply for the same. Now, bachelor's degree in medicine, paramedical sciences, and another 4-year program in pharmacy, veterinary sciences, engineering, law. इसमें अगर आपने 4 साल का bachelor's degree किया है तो भी आप eligible हो MHA के लिए. And candidates who have successfully completed all the requirements of the final year degree, including all examinations and mandatory internship. अगर तुम्हारे graduation में एक mandatory internship है, which is the case generally in case of psychology or in case of BDS, then you should have completed that as well at the time of the final admission. Alright, the intake for this course is 60. Now coming to the selection criteria. So the online assessment shortlisting. So when you think that CAT deke CAT ka score laake half the battle is won, but yes, you are right, only half the battle is won, half is still remaining. So shortlisting for the MA HRM and LR and MA ODCL course, this is what will be taken into account. So CAT score को 95% weightage दिया जाएगा and 5% जेंडर डाइवर्सिटी को वेटेज दिया जाएगा जिसमें फीमेल एंड ट्रांसजेंडर कैंडिडेट्स को 5 मार्क्स एक्स्ट्रा मिलेंगे. नाउ मिनिमम कैट परसेंटाइल, आई रिपीट, मिनिमम कैट परसेंटाइल फॉर द शॉर्टलिस्टिंग is 70 overall for the general category, but there's a sectional cutoff of 60 percentile for each of these sections: VARC, LRDI, and quantitative aptitude. For NC-OBC, 63 percentile overall is what is expected for HRM and ODCL, 54 percentile sectional for VARC, DILR, and quantitative aptitude. And when it comes to SC-ST, 55 percentile overall and 45 percentile sectional cutoff is expected. Now for MHA, the CAT score will be given 90% weightage. 5% weightage will be given to gender diversity, as I discussed in case of HRM and ODCL as well, and 5% will be given to academic diversity. Now for OA shortlisting for MHA, overall minimum percentile is 65 percentile for the students of general category with a sectional cutoff of 60 percentile for VARC, Quants and LRDI. Now 59 percentile overall for NC-OBC category students with a 54 percentile cutoff for quantitative aptitude, VARC and LRDI. And for SC/ST, there's an overall minimum percentile cutoff of just 48 percentile, and the sectional cutoff is 43 percentile for VARC, LRDI, and Quants. Now, criteria for shortlisting for final merit list. So, CAT score will be given 70% weightage. So, for those who are thinking कि minimum 70 percentile आने से हो जाएगा, that might not be the case, because if someone is getting a 90 percentile in CAT and then their weightage is seen, so 70% of 90 percentile calculate होगा और CAT score को 70% weightage दिया जा रहा है. Graduation marks को 10% weightage दिया जाएगा, and this is the consolidated graduation marks जो first year, second year, third year, and in your case if there's a fifth year, sixth year, उसको मिला के fourth, fifth, sixth year भी है, उसको 10% weightage दिया जाएगा और online interview को 20% weightage दिया जाएगा. This is for MA, HRM and LR as well as ODCL. Now coming to weightage for MHA, CAT score को 80% weightage दिया जाएगा, but there will be an online assessment which will be given 20% weightage, out of which 10% will be given to ERT and 10% to OPI. Now for those who are thinking what is ERT, ERT is nothing but extempore, where you will be given a topic and you will have to speak on the same. You might be given around a minute to prepare on the spot and you are expected to speak for around 1.5 to 2 minutes. And OPI को 10% weightage दिया जाएगा, and OPI is nothing but a personal interview with a number of panelists sitting there. Now OPI is online personal interview, so another good thing about this is that they will be conducting the online personal interview and you will not have to travel to the destination for the interview to be conducted. The application fees for general category students is 1750, OBC EWS it is 1250, and for SC/ST it is just 750 rupees. The GOI PMS eligible candidates, for them it is 750 rupees. That is all that I wanted you to know about the important TISS timeline. If you want to book your one-to-one consultation call and get your strategy sorted for this year, TISS 2025, and for PIT/PI preparation, just comment TISS and book your consultation right away, so that there is no way that you do not get into TISS in 2025. All the best.